빠졌어 수줍은 Obviously had to start off our day with the subway, so my mom and I met up with my cousin, she's also on my mom's side, to go to apgu because we were having brunch at Dalmatian, which is like Instagram famous, but it's very cute. It gives very much like Southern European vibes, but this was the food that we got. We got like French toast, this like crepe situation, and some shrimp rosé pasta. It was very good. And then my mom left to meet up with her friend, and so my cousin and I, we just explored around a little. We went to this really cool store called Wiggle, and it was very cool because it was like multiple floors, very colorful, and they just had a lot of stuff ranging from like umbrellas to clothes to like stationery, and it felt like we were in like the house of like Alice in Wonderland because of how like colorful and like crazy it was. And then we just went to like a couple of other stores. This one was like a perfume store and they were handing out like free ice cream. Went to a couple bag stores, clothes stores, etc, etc. And then obviously we needed to take a photo booth picture together. This one was very like hazy looking. It kind of like washed us out. But we walked some more until I had to say bye to her, and I rode the subway by myself to meet up with my mom, who was already at someplace else to meet up her friend. A couple of days later, my mom and I and my cousin again, we rode the bus up to Myeongdong to, explore again. So we woke up early and I was basically like knocked out in the bus. My mom took this picture of me with like my mouth like gaping wide open, but it's okay because we went to my mom's like favorite restaurant. It's called myeongdong gyoza, and they just serve like kalguksu, which is like knife cut noodles, I think. And it was so good. This is my mom's favorite place. And then we had to stop by Korean Daiso. I'm pretty sure this location was like 10 or 12 stories tall, which is crazy, but actually the floors were kind of tiny, so it makes sense that it was like 12 stories. Once we left, it was raining a little, but it was okay because we had our umbrellas. So we went to a couple different shops. Today my goal was to like buy a lot of souvenirs and gifts for people back home. So I went to a lot of like small stores where they had like a lot of jewelry or kind of like stationery. And I had to do this thing. I saw it all over like TikTok, but basically I just made like really cute bag chains for me and a couple of my friends. So I made one for Antara, Hannah, and Katie. And then we went to Misha and Olive Young, which are two like Korean skincare / makeup stores. And at Misha we bought so much that they gave us like a suitcase, which was something that you got if you spent over a certain amount of money. And I spent so much at Olive Young too. By like the end of the day, we had a suitcase filled with stuff and a whole bag filled with like skincare and makeup. Like, look at my mom struggling down the stairs. Like, that was all skincare and makeup, but we walked around a little bit more because it was sunny out. And then we went to some more like cute concept stores. This one was called Butter. A lot of stationery, a lot of cute things. The food honestly smelled so good. We also went to a store. It was a Snoopy store, so they also had a lot of like trinkets there. And I know a lot of people say that the street food in Myeongdong is basically like a scam, and I know it's like kind of expensive, but honestly it's worth it like to have the experience, and it still tastes like really good. And then we just walked around some more, but we eventually got really tired because it was so hot out and we were carrying like a suitcase around. So we sat at some cafe which had a really nice view of the Namsan Tower, and then we went back to Bundang to catch up with my grandma and aunt, and we had some Korean fried chicken and just called it the day. The next day was just filled with like family members and eating really good food. So our first stop was this takbaeksukjip, which we have always gone when I was young, and it was with my mom's side of the family, including my uncle this time. And then for our second stop, I hung out with like my second cousin, that side of the family, on my dad's side, and we went to a really nice buffet. And it has to be like one of the best foods I've ever eaten my whole entire life. It was so fancy and it tasted so good. And then the next day, my mom, my grandma, aunt, and cousin, we all went to namdaemun, and this is like a traditional like market. It's very condensed, and there's just these like old like ladies and ajumadas just selling like random stuff. There's literally everything you can want is here. Like they have everything. And then we went to kalguksu 골목, which is literally like an alleyway, and both sides they only sell kalguksu, which is the net noodles, and it's so like dense. There's the seating area is like a bar situation, so you just eat and you leave and you literally can't walk through. It's so hectic in there, but my mom really wanted to try, so this is her kalguksu. And then we got some iced coffee because it was so hot. I swear I didn't know that Korea would be this hot. I thought I was in Texas for a second because it was so hot. But this is my aunt. She also does vlogging and YouTube. So there she is also doing that. And we went to the Gwanghwamun area, and they decorated it so nicely there because it's like a huge like cultural center and like near like City Hall and such. At this point, my grandma had to leave because we were going to walk a lot, and she does have bad knees, so unfortunately she had to leave, but we walked over to watch the royal guard changing ceremony.
지금 종사관을 선두로 광화문을 파수하는 교대 파수군이 광화문의 월대를 향해 행렬하고 있습니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, please look at Gwanghwamun Gate. The commander is leading the troops toward Gwanghwamun's lunar platform.
各位游客，请看光化门。现在，守门军根据指挥官的命令，向光化门的月台行进。
皆様、カンファムンをご覧ください。ただいま、到着の番人が指揮官の命令に従ってカンファムンのモルデへと進んでいます。
옛 기록에 따르면 조선시대 군사들은 목소리에 맞춰 앞으로 나아가고 징을 치면 움직임을 멈췄다고 합니다.
And then we started walking a little bit behind Gwanghwamun to go to like Bukchon Hanok village, and we stopped by this really cute cafe, and they were serving like bingsu, which is shaved ice, and I love shaved ice. It has to be like one of my favorite desserts ever. I believe we got the traditional and mango bingsu. I am a big fan of traditional bingsu forever and ever. And then we obviously had to get a photo booth pictures as always, and it was so cute because it was both of our like families together, which we haven't seen each other in so long. And then we walked around some more. Unfortunately, I did not wear a hanbok. I don't think I am up for that because it was so hot, and I already did that like when I came in 5th grade. And then we went to ikseondong, which is also so cute. It's like there's so many like different shops, and it's very like condensed, very cute cafes, a lot of like trinkets and stuff, so I highly recommend. And there's honestly so many like themed cafes. Like this one was like a railroad one. There was like another cheese themed one. So very cool. And I also love how like the buildings are very like traditional styled. It adds to like the vibe. And we walked some more until we wanted to cool down a little because again it was so hot. So we stopped by this restaurant bar kind of situation, and we each got highballs and beer to cool down with. And then we didn't eat here, but I just wanted to show you guys this. This is called samgyeopsal 골목, which basically is pork belly like alley, and all of these shops just sell pork belly, and by the end of the night it becomes like super crowded. And then we made our way over to Gwangjang Market to get some good food, and oh my god, you guys are gonna freak out in the next clip, but this has to be like one of my favorite foods ever. It's basically yuke and sannakji, which is like raw beef and squid, except for the squid is dead, I swear, but it's just like the nerves like moving around, and you just put like sesame oil on it and you just eat it. And those two, like, I haven't had those two foods like forever, since I was like in 2nd grade when I lived in Korea, so I love it so much. Like, please don't hate on it until you try it, and it's like, I swear it's an acquired taste. It's so good. Wait guys, this is the first trash can, like public trash can, I have seen while we were at Korea, because they got rid of trash cans to like keep the streets really clean, and this was insane because we would like keep trash in our bags because we had no trash cans. But we made our way over to Cheonggyecheon again, and we just kind of sat there and enjoyed ourselves. It started cooling down, so it was very nice, and there was like a saxophone player playing Howl's Moving Castle behind us, so it was just a vibe, and that's how we ended our day.